Be ready. Start. A careful reading of the said provision discloses that the MCI emphasized that the candidate should have undergone study at the 10+2 stage on in the intermediate course in the specified subjects of physics, chemistry and biology/biotechnology. Stop. In this case, the certificate relied upon by the student merely clarifies that she undertook a course whilst in the 10th grade. Stop. That by no means is sufficient to fall within the description of equivalent qualification under Regulation 4. Stop. Nor, in the opinion of this court, can it be deemed adequate having regard to the letter of the assistant principal of Conrad High School that the AP course in biological sciences is of college standard. Stop. In the opinion of this court, there is a rationale and compelling logic on the part of the university to say that the candidate should have studied biology or biological sciences apart from the other two science subjects, along with the further requirement of having studied English in all the relevant years during the intermediate or at 10+2 level. Stop. Further, the reference to having studied in the first year in a degree course at the college level with the said subject carries with it the implication that the student would have necessarily undergone academic study and training in the said three subjects at the 10+2 or intermediate level, without which admission in a degree course is inconceivable in India. Stop. The further emphasis on having attended or undertaken practical lessons again at the level in each of the concerned years clearly signifies that a candidate should have undergone study in those subjects for the last 2 years at school or intermediate college level. Stop. The regulation is further clear that the examination score marks in mathematics shall not be taken into consideration for the purpose of admission to a medical course in reckoning merit or performance in the qualifying examination. Stop. So far as the judgment of the Madras High Court in Shiranya Balaji Nadar Supra is concerned, the candidate there had applied for admission and was permitted to appear in the common entrance examination. Stop. The structure of the concerned regulations of the Dental Council of India in that case were closely similar to Regulation 4 of the MCI regulations in the present case. Stop. It is apparent that the High Court followed its previous judgment and did not closely scrutinize the equivalence certificate or the subject stipulations. Stop. It also appears to have been largely influenced by the fact that the candidate was in fact admitted by the university. Stop. In the opinion of this court, the construction placed on Regulation 4 that each of the subclauses A to F prescribes independent qualifications which should be deemed essential is rather simplistic. Stop. That interpretation ignores the fact that each of the subclauses insists that certain subjects should have been studied and practical examinations attempted at the 10+2 or equivalent level. Stop. Secondly, the college or intermediate examination or equivalent qualifications under Regulation 4 cannot be read in isolation having regard to the circumstances. Stop. The provision must be read in the context of the requirements for eligibility under Regulation 4. Stop. The equivalence in qualification is not merely at the level of the 10+2 requirement, that is, that the candidate should have passed an examination equivalent to the intermediate sciences examination at an Indian university/board. Stop. Additional to this requirement, Regulation 4 requires equivalence in standard and scope in an examination where the candidate is tested in physics, chemistry, and biology, including practical testing in these subjects along with English. Stop.